Good evening. I'm here with Kurt Opsahl from Electronic Frontier Foundation. Kurt, we're here celebrating the life of Aaron Swartz. I wanted you to tell our audience, who was Aaron Swartz?
Aaron Swartz was an amazing technologist who he had participated in many projects. Unfortunately, he tragically took his own life at a young age, but we're here to honor his memory for all the contributions he did to trying to free information. And this weekend is a hackathon to take some of the projects that he was working on and take them to the next level.
Wonderful. Now, some of the work that Aaron had done in his work was downloading bulk information from MIT. Now, the NSA and what's going on today with our current surveillance system is downloading bulk information on all Americans. Can you talk about the work
I would actually consider those things very different, because what Aaron was trying to do was free, publicly available information that was held strictly, but yet was not copyrighted or not copyrightable. He took things from government records. He was trying to free information that people were entitled to have access to. And then he was prosecuted because of the manner in which he did it. The prosecution ultimately led to him taking his own life. While the NSA is illegally obtaining information about civilians, and when the government takes information, it takes a far different character than a private individual.
Okay, I see. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, the last time the NSA told us any information was on the Iraq War, and that cost over $3 trillion, and we were in a conflict that has lasted now over a decade. In regards to the work that Aaron has done and his legacy, what is it that continues on from his legacy?
Oh, many things continue on. I mean, I think what we're talking about here, one of the more interesting things is a program called Secure Drop. This started with a project that Aaron was working on. It's been taken further, and it's a manner that allows people to provide information to journalists in a protected, anonymous manner. So having anonymous sources is vital to journalism, and without access to information, journalism is not effective. There's been strong constitutional protection to protect sources, but with surveillance, the government can find out who the source is, even if they're not going to the journalist. So the old days when a journalist would say, I'm not talking, I'll go to jail rather than say who my source is, that's great, they can still do that. But if the government can go through the phone company, go through the internet records, and find out who the source is, they don't need to ask the journalist. So you need to have technological protections. So Aaron started working on a program called Dead Drop to try and allow people to provide information to journalists. And in honor of his memory, people started working on Secure Drop, which is a variation on this, which is trying to provide a secure system that would allow anybody who wants to provide information to a journalist to do so without having to reveal their identity.
I see. Now, Kurt, Electronic Frontier Foundation has been doing a lot of work in protecting the rights of digital freedom online, protecting us from government abuse, on how to obtain information. Can you talk about some of the legal cases that you have pending right now and its impact for the rest of us?
Absolutely. I mean, so EFF is a nonprofit organization dedicated to defending people's rights on time. We have a lot of different cases going on right now. But in terms of something that really is impacting on this issue, we have 2 ongoing cases against the National Security Agency. We're trying to stop the spying. We're trying to get a court to rule that what they're doing is a violation of your rights under the Constitution. And so these cases have been, one of them was filed in 2008. Has been ongoing to this day. We've had some ups and downs, but we're getting a lot of new information. And now we have a new one, which we filed this summer, and we filed a motion for summary judgment, trying to get a court to say, this is wrong, this has to stop.
Now, when it comes to First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment rights that we have under the Bill of Rights, it's pretty much bipartisan support in terms of supporting our rights to privacy online. How do you envision bringing together the various factions in order to support legislation that will actually protect our rights?
Well, you know, we've been working on this and actually are part of a coalition called the Stop Watching Us Coalition. Over 100 organizations got together to try to stop the spying, ranging across an ideological spectrum, left to right, where people really agreed that spying was a bad thing. And this organization put forth a petition asking Congress to do something about this, to do a full investigation. Over 500,000 people signed onto that petition, and just a couple weeks ago we went and presented that petition to Congress, marched in Washington, and then provided it to Congressman Opsahl as part of a rally against NSA surveillance.
Now, Kurt, for people that want to get involved and they want to help out EFF, they care about this cause, they care about their rights, what's the best way to do it?
Well, I mean, people can become a member. They can go to EFF.org and sign up as a member. Donate to EFF. Of course, we always love your donations because we are a nonprofit organization that depends on donations. People can also take action. They can write to their senator. They can call their senators, congressmen, congresspeople to say how they feel about things.
Wonderful, Kurt. Well, thank you so much for making the time available to talk to us this evening.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.